before we get into this video, let's just listen for a bit. I feel as though I need to speak quietly so I don't disturb the music. This is the sound of Japanese underground hip-hop producer Nujabes. He's known for sampling jazz and hip-hop, and the beautiful sound he creates is very unique. He is considered a major influence in the underground Japanese hip-hop scene, but he only produced 2 albums before his shocking death due to a car accident in 2010. Although we will never get to hear new Nujabes ever again, the music he did create will be here forever. Nujabes first opened a record store called Guinness Records at age 21 in 1995, and he began producing his music after he wanted to hear music that sampled old soul and jazz that he liked. He was influenced by artists like A Tribe Called Quest, Barry Harris, Yusuf Lateef, and most notably Miles Davis. These influences morphed with his own nostalgic style and resulted in music that can only be described as magical.
どこかやっぱ懐かしさであったり、やっぱりどこかなんか振り返るというか、常になんか
He often collaborated with artists like Sign, Substantial, Uyama Hiroto, Funky DL, and most famously Shingo 2. Nujabes was more reserved, and he never liked the public eye. He remained hidden, and most fans didn't even know what he looked like for years. The only interview anyone he knew could recall him doing was an interview with Sound and Recording magazine in 2003. But there's no photographed or translated version on the internet. The Nujabes Reddit has attempted to retrieve the interview, but the results were never posted. A Reddit user by the name Licensed Professional traced back the samples in Aurorian Dance to a song in 1899 called Pavane Dead Princess. A song called The Lamp is Low, written by Peter DeRose and Bert Schefter, echoes the melody, which leads to the actual sample from Brazilian guitarist Laurindo Almeida's cover of The Lamp is Low. He concludes that it took 105 years, 6 writers, and 4 different versions of the song to end up at Aurorian Dance. This is the only video of Nujabes speaking. It's from a concert in South Korea in 2006 featuring Uyama Hiroto.
So I'm just ordinary guy, but I was just
I would definitely say his style is real, almost spiritual. You know, I mean, like he definitely had an approach that would really get to you on, you know, on a soul level, and he put a lot of heart in everything that he did. So, I mean, that's definitely, I think, I mean, a lot of people, you know, would like to bring that, but he was very honest when he presented himself in his music.
Nujabes' music is atmospheric, spiritual, it's other-earthly, it's nostalgic yet weirdly hopeful. There's a reason why there's such a cult following for it, and why his CDs and vinyl are so ridiculously expensive. What I consider to be my favorite pieces of music of all time is the Lovesick series. Rapper Shingo Anen, also known as Shingo 2, met Nujabes in 2000 and recorded Part 1 in his home studio. Part 2 was written directly after 9/11 and reflects Shing's overall feel of the world at the time. Shingo 2 also wrote an entire history of the Lovesick series in 2003. I'll only read a few lines here, but it's a fantastic read after you listen to the entire hexology. We all know that love can be sickening, that true love, it turns your world upside down, a feeling that can transform your constitution and render you helpless. How long that dreamlike infatuated period will last, whether days, years, or a lifetime, is entirely up to you. The way Love Sick is spelled, as in the Latin sic for a misspelled quote, symbolizes how it wasn't a straightforward love song. There's a layer of obscured honesty. Obviously, there's many classic hip-hop songs in the form of love letters, such as LL Cool J's I Need Love, or Common's I Used to Love Her. But to me, it was important to write something personal, a song that spoke about my vulnerability, about wanting to have a lasting relationship with music.
Everything is quiet.
During the recording of Part 4, and what seemed like the peak of his career, Jun Seba died in a car accident in Tokyo in February of 2010. The beat for Part 6 was found on Nujabes' phone, titled Love Sick Grand Finale, and was released in 2013, completing the Love Sick hexalogy. I'm not religious or spiritual, really at all, but Part 6 gives this other earthly feeling. Lovesick is an indescribably beautiful piece of music that makes me feel every emotion all at once. Nujabes, in my opinion, is one of the greatest hip-hop artists of all time. No one can replicate the magic and feeling his music brings, and I hope that people find this gem sooner than later. And I'll send you off with the grand finale of Lovesick, Part 6.
Girl in a metaphysical world. Now you got me daydreaming, sleeping in a curl. Her name on my tongue, fresh flavor, yeah. Whenever she popped up, put a swirl on my cone. I used to rap like I had some marbles in my mouth, but the stones turned pressed when they all came out. On a string of deep thought that can never be bought. Body rock, don't stop, bebop the hip hop. Cold as ice, so I stared out there, fall to the floor. What was left? A shoestring budget on call. Then these new styles came along.